everyone, Joseph Onesta, type 2 mentor here. And last week I put a post talking about supplements and things that are marketed to diabetics in order to help them manage their diabetes. And just that post, it's so incredible. I have gotten a string of advertisements for these very products. And of course, that's the algorithm that comes with the internet. But the funny thing is gosh, I didn't say very nice things about supplements. But I wanted to continue a little bit more and make a confession. When I first became diabetic, and when I first was diagnosed with diabetes, I probably had hyperinsulinemia a decade or even maybe two before that, considering the amount of carbohydrates I was eating. But when I first started, it's like, well, what more could I do? And while at the time I wasn't enamored with the science the way I am now, but someone said, oh, cinnamon will help you control your blood glucose. Now, I have to be honest with you. I took cinnamon supplements for years. And then, I'll be honest, I never knew if they helped or not because I wasn't all that. I didn't do experiments. I didn't biohack. I didn't see what was I with that supplement and what was I without that supplement. And even if I had, it would only be useful to me, quite frankly. So, did I go that route? And I have to also admit another confession that, I was enticed by the magic teas, the superfoods. I did look at things like that. I tried some of them. I don't think I did anything formal in terms of experimenting on myself to see what effect they had. And the thing is, if it works, how does it do that, right? It really works in, one of a couple of ways, if it works at all. It can make, I suppose, these supplements, and this is sort of the promise, oh, you won't absorb the sugar. Well, your body makes sugar. And your body, you won't absorb it. Yeah, you're going to eat a cake. Oh, speaking of cinnamon, have one of those big cinnamon rolls covered with frosting. And because there's cinnamon in it, you convince yourself, oh, it's okay to eat that. All right. So, that it won't let you absorb the sugar and it's going to go away. I don't know where it's going to go, but it's going to go away. Your body won't absorb it. Apparently, you're going to poo it out or you're going to pee it out. Well, sugar in your pee is the way that they first even knew about diabetes. And of course, we know that diabetes and kidneys don't get along well, right? That's why so many diabetics end up on dialysis. So, and then, of course, there's a third way. If it's going to, the supplement might cause you to pee out some of the sugar that you consume. But if you're consuming mass quantities of it, what the heck's the difference? You're not getting very far, especially if you feel a little bit more free to eat things that you would otherwise not eat. The other way that it might work if supplement, and this is the way many medications work, right? They stimulate, these are the sulfonylureas particularly, but they'll stimulate the pancreas to create more insulin. Well, that's making the problem worse. Yes, the blood sugar comes out of your blood. The blood glucose is better controlled. But that's the symptom, not the problem. High blood sugar is the way we notice this. But the problem is the hyperinsulinemia. So the number one way, the very thing you need to do to control your blood sugar in a better way is to consume less food that stimulates blood sugar. Now, I want you to know that that's carbohydrates. And anybody who says that cutting carbohydrates doesn't help your blood sugar is, frankly, they've got something to sell. And anybody who tells you you could eat these things as a diabetic and not have any problem whatsoever, they got something to sell. And so, and that's a dangerous thing. So, the cinnamon didn't do much for me. The funny thing, and this is another thing I'd like to share with you, when I first discovered cinnamon, I have a friend who's fairly diabetic, and I told her fairly much more than I ever was, quite frankly. And I told her, and the first thing she did was run out and buy the cinnamon. I had no evidence that it worked, but she bought that. Now, here's the thing. Later, when I learned about metabolism and how certain foods stimulate blood glucose, causing insulin resistance, all of these things, and I shared that with her, she wasn't interested. I could almost hear her thoughts. Are you suggesting that I change? Yes, I'm suggesting you change. Well, you don't have to. If you want to rot from the inside out and have diabetes as a chronic and progressive disease in your life, go ahead. Do it. It's your life, not mine. But I want you to know that, and it's funny, she didn't want anything to do with it, and she still doesn't. It's 5 years that I haven't had diabetes medications. It's 5 years that my A1C has been 5.4. That's not diabetic. That's not even pre-diabetic. 5.4 or less, 5 years without medications. So if I can do it, so can you. But I had to change. And I'm sorry, so do you. Now, if you want to learn more about that, visit my website, mindpowerpittsburgh.com. There's a whole bunch of links, in the description of this video. Looking forward to talking with you, or you could just study on your own. There's a book behind me, this one, Deleting Diabetes. That's my story. And then these two books are the books that I use with clients, Life Without Diabetes, Life Without Obesity. Those are the program guides that I guide my clients through. If you can do it on your own, I welcome you to do that. Please. All right, Joseph Onesta, Type 2 mentor. I love the fact that there are people everywhere doing what we're doing. And by the way, if you're watching this, it's because you want to do something. All right. Again, Joseph Onesta, Type 2 mentor, and I'll see you soon.